I like this very much. I mean, I'm a huge Daphne du Maurier fan. As you probably know, the original movie, Richard Burton got good reviews. Olivia de Havilland plays the role that Rachel Weisz plays now. And the original publicity for the 20th Century said no other actor, no other star could possibly play this role, which the answer is, really? Well, here we go. Here's somebody else doing it. There are many things to like about the film, but Rachel Weisz's performance is absolutely central to them. I mean, she is... What she does is, and she talked about it in that interview, she preserves the thing that the film really needs, which is the air of mystery. The question at the beginning, did she, didn't she, who's to blame? And in order for the story to work, that has to be sustained all the way through. So you have to constantly swither as to whether you think she's, femme fatale, she's innocent, she's somebody who's manipulative, she's somebody who is being manipulated, she is Roger Michell has talked about her character being the woman who fell to earth, somebody who's parachuted into an environment in which she's very modern, but it's an old environment, as she herself said, 19th century story, but written in the 20th century. So all those things are going on. So I've always liked Roger Michell as well. I mean, he's an interesting CV, Notting Hill, Enduring Love, The Mother. I mean, a really sort of strange and diverse CV. So the thing that I like is, firstly, Rachel Weisz's performance is brilliantly pitched, that you absolutely, you feel all those conflicting things, the stories about her character having, insatiable appetites and being, terribly, spendthrift. And then you meet her and she's completely different. As you said, the first 20 minutes, you don't meet her at all. And when you finally do, she's, no, sit down, have a cup of tea. But then there's all the stuff about the cup of tea, and the twig tea, which seems
scary teas.
And I got the sense at one point that she had made a decision about the character, and the film had made a different decision about the character, and that the film was saying one thing about the character and that she was saying something else about the character, which I like. I also like the fact that what Roger Michell has done is he's kind of created this almost nostalgic, old-fashioned world. I mean, the film is it's got a melodramatic score, woodwind, strings, tinkling piano motifs that go madness, murder, mystery. In the background, slow-motion shot of pearls falling downstairs, Oedipal stuff that is massively ripe. The fact that she starts to refer to Sam Claflin, his character, who looks like this sort of baby-faced, puppyish thing, who, her character could basically eat for breakfast. And at one point she kisses him goodnight and then says, now go to bed like a good boy. And later on, he's described as a glorious puppy, wet-nosed and miserable, looking for its mother. And all that stuff is there. And it's like the film is really sinking its teeth into it. It's not a film that soft pedals. It's a film which plays all these old themes, very, very well. But what it does is it has that kind of old-fashioned throwback environment with these touches of modernity in terms of the cinematography. Yes, there are the coastal views. Yes, there is the Poldark style scything. Yes, there is, some bucolic countryside. But there's also these strange shallow focus shots, these handheld shots that give it a sort of sense of modernity, particularly when we're following the central character of Rachel. I also thought that the supporting roles were very well filled. I thought Holliday Grainger was terrific as Louise, which is a very difficult role because she has to be sort of stoical about the fact that the person that she's clearly in love with is being wrapped around the finger of somebody else. There was a brilliant performance by Tim Barlow as Seacombe, who is the sort of manservant, gruff manservant, who's just scene-stealingly good stuff. So I really enjoyed it, and I know that people, as I said, there is a reason why du Maurier works on screen, why things like Rebecca and Don't Look Now, because they talk about, cycling time and things revisiting and memory and all the rest of it. And I know that some people may have a reverence for the 1952 version. I thought this was a really ripe, almost panache, almost pastiche sort of panache-filled version, and at the centre of it is a dynamite performance by Rachel Weisz.